Realms, Episode 14. The Mirror That Kept Moving Closer. Part 1. The first time it moved, I never paid much attention to the mirror in my bedroom. It was just there. A simple, full-length glass with a wooden frame, standing against the wall near my closet. It wasn't special. It wasn't antique. It wasn't supposed to be anything at all. Then, one morning, I noticed something strange. The mirror had moved. Just a few inches. Barely noticeable. But I knew I hadn't touched it. I lived alone. No one else had been in my apartment. I shrugged it off. Maybe I had bumped it without realizing. But the next morning, it was closer. And this time, there were faint drag marks on the floor. Part 2. The reflection that watched. I stared at the mirror, my stomach twisting. It was now leaning against my nightstand, angled toward my bed. Something about it made my skin crawl. I felt exposed. Like I was being watched while I slept. I grabbed the mirror and shoved it back against the wall. It was heavier than I remembered, the wooden frame solid beneath my grip. That night, I lay awake, my blankets pulled up to my chin, my pulse hammering in my ears. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in curses. But as I closed my eyes, I felt a presence. Like someone was standing right beside my bed. Part 3. The footsteps in the dark. At 3:13 a.m., I woke up to a sound. A soft, dragging noise. Something moving across the floor. I didn't want to look. Every instinct screamed at me to stay still. But my eyes flickered open anyway. The mirror was even closer. Only a foot away from my bed now. Right next to me. And in the dim light of my room, I saw something else. My reflection was standing. But I was still lying down. Part 4. The whisper from the glass. I shot upright, my breath caught in my throat. The reflection didn't move. It stood there, watching me. Then, slowly, too slowly, it lifted a hand and placed it against the glass. I heard it before I saw it. A whisper. "Let me in." I scrambled out of bed, grabbing the nearest object, a book, a lamp, anything. I hurled it at the mirror, the impact shaking the glass, but not breaking it. My reflection laughed. Not out loud. Inside my head. And then, behind me, I heard footsteps. Part 5. The mirror that followed. The next morning, I made a decision. I was getting rid of it. I carried the mirror out of my apartment, heart pounding with every step. I dragged it to the dumpster in the alley and threw a sheet over it, refusing to look as I walked away. I felt relief for the first time in days. Until I got home. And saw the mirror, standing right back in my bedroom. Only this time, there were handprints on the glass. From the inside. Part 6. The handprint on the glass. I couldn't breathe. My hands were shaking as I picked up my phone to take a picture, proof that I wasn't going insane. But when I looked at the screen, I saw it. Not just a handprint. A shadowy figure. Standing just behind my reflection, watching me. I turned around instantly. There was no one there. Part 7. The final choice. At 3:13 a.m., the whisper came again. Let me in. I knew what it wanted. It wanted me to stand in front of the mirror. To place my hand where the handprint was. To say the words. I don't know why, but I almost did. My fingers hovered over the glass. My breath was shallow. My pulse slowed, my body moving on its own. The mirror wanted me. Then, at the last second, I ripped my hand away and ran. I never went back. I moved. I left everything behind. But sometimes, in dark windows, in the reflection of my phone screen, I still see it, the mirror. Moving closer. Still waiting. And worse now, it knows my name.